Thanks for taking a little moment to chat with us.
Of course.
When did you notice Toto was interested in filmmaking?
Oh, he was quite small. I would say he was probably 7, 8, somewhere in there, maybe. He always loved movies as a child. I guess all kids love movies, but you know, because he wasn't verbal till a little bit later than the average bear, he really loved watching movies and acting out things in the movies. And I really encouraged it because it seemed to just light him up in a way that other things didn't, maybe in real life, in day to day life. And I'll never forget like the first movie he really responded to. I got like a box set of old Disney movies, Mickey Mouse, like in the steamboat when he was a steamboat captain or
Yeah.
something. There's black and white films. And so it's all sort of pantomime. And or of course it's animation, but I don't think there's any dialogue. And he would laugh like hysterically at these old black and white Mickey Mouse movies, just hysterically. And I was like, yeah, this is something because he's really like connecting. And yeah, and then he, like I said, he was probably, I don't know, 7, 8 or so when he started shooting little films and wanted cameras. And we got like little tiny cameras, like inexpensive cameras. And he would make superhero movies. And from even that young age, like his grasp of story was like phenomenal. Like he understood like the parts of a narrative film in a way that
Yeah.
was just instinctual, He had just like internalized them from watching them. So yeah, so he was little.
I got to know Toto through my work. I work with a company that helps people with disability complete tasks or goals or things of the like. We have a day program, and then we also have in-house visits. And starting, I think, November 23rd, my boss called me and said, "Hey, I think you'd be a great fit to work with Toto one-on-one at his house." And I took him up on it, and it really has been a good fit.
Nice. And you play a character in Toto's movie, The Dinner. Tell us a little bit about your character.
When I first was tasked with the character, I'm sort of reading through it, and I'm looking at the dialogue, and I'm trying to figure out exactly who the character wants to be. And as I'm kind of sitting there late at night, my girlfriend, she texts me, she says she's going to be late to come home. I was just like, it's annoying. And I was like, well, okay, let's build off of that. And I was trying to decide what type of character, more or less. So I ended up going with just kind of a sad, meek character was my intention. And I hope it came across.
The first movie I've ever made was Witch Brothers with my cousin like a long time ago when I was like a little kid.
Can you tell me about it? What's the plot of Rich Brothers?
The plot of Witch Brothers is where two brothers are rich and they have a party and they got kidnapped by SpongeBob and his evil pirate crew.
What do you remember about the way people reacted to Rich Brothers when they saw it?
I just put it on YouTube. I didn't show it anywhere yet. Like in Tucson or the Loft anywhere.
What about your family?
They loved it.
What was it like when you first showed it the first time?
Can't really remember, but I know they liked it.
Okay. What about that experience making Rich Brothers made you want to make more movies?
Just the fun out of it, of like filming with someone and having fun with it.
I mean, story stands out for me. Like I said, his grasp of like plot points and crafting a story is phenomenal. But also, and I don't even know if he's aware of it, but like he reveals his internal struggles through his films, and like The Vampire Who Loves, and I don't know that he's fully aware of that's what's going on. And that's what goes on for every filmmaker, right? Anybody who writes narrative, whether it's for film or prose or something, like you're really kind of wrestling with something that you're wrestling with, despite it being fictionalized characters. And so, yeah, I see that a lot in his films, and that kind of kills me a little bit. I mean, it just it's so touching to me.
Yeah, me too. I love that. Can you describe any favorite films that you would watch together while Toto was growing up? And what do you remember about how Toto related to these films? You described a little bit. He would act out Steamboat Willie. Were there any other ones that you?
Chicken Little. It's a
I don't know that one. It's a Disney.
Disney movie. Came out when he was quite young, maybe 5 or so, and he loved. And Chicken Little. I think that was the name of the film. That was the protagonist. At any rate, was Chicken Little, and Chicken Little was bullied, and in the movie, and he was kind of small, and yeah, he was bullied. He didn't have a lot of friends, and um, in the end, he saves his town. But anyway, Toto loved that movie. We must have watched it like a million times. And we went to Disneyland when that movie was pretty big. It must have been right after it came out, or a year later, maybe. And we didn't expect this, but they had a character walking around, Chicken Little. And man, he just melted. He hugged him. I mean, it was one of the highlights of that part of our lives. I mean, it was really quite touching that the character meant so much to him, and in ways, of course, that he couldn't articulate. And so, getting to see him and see him hug Chicken Little was pretty special. He loved all the Disney movies. Um, he's a brony. He likes the Little Pony shows, all the action movies. Of course, he's a big Doctor Whovian,
Uh-huh.
which is not a movie, it's a TV show, but he loves Doctor Who. But yeah.
Okay. So you're Toto's mom, and you sometimes play Toto's mom in his films.
Yes.
And so, how is your on-screen relationship different from your off-screen relationship?
Oh, well, not that different. I mean, he tells me what to do, I do it, and then I'm dismissed. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
How would you describe the character of Toto's mom in his films?
It varies. Sometimes he has one that I feel like resembles me more, like a loving, nurturing mom. Other times I have to play the mean mom, which is actually kind of fun, playing the mean mom. I enjoy that. So yeah, I mean, a lot of times, I mean, and that's touching for me when the mom is nurturing and supportive, because, as a mom, you always want to feel like you were a nurturing and supportive mom. And sometimes we have rose-colored glasses when we think about how we parented. So it's nice to see that reflected. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, is there one of Toto's films that means the most to you, and why?
Oh wow. That's a tough one. Whew. I mean, I think the vampire movie was was really moving to me in a way that was like almost uncomfortable to watch in this crowded theater, because it just touched on some things that he struggles with, and yeah, I think that one probably comes to mind.
What has surprised you in Toto's films?
Yeah, the range of genres that he tackles really has surprised me, and always his writing and his storytelling is so good. Also, the way he puts together a team of people to work with him. Like he finds the most incredible people to partner with, and they're so generous with their time, and take it so seriously. And I, it, it blows me away. Like he kind of like creates community. Kind of it seems effortless to me. So yeah.
It's it's new. It's brand new for me. Very used to the writing field, so working in the film area with Toto has been such a wonderful experience. I mean, he's fun to work with. Like first and foremost, just an enjoyable time, and I never really have a bad time working on a project with Toto. It's something that I've just come to be really surprised about. Iron Glove, completely no. It's actually more relaxed than most film shoots I had worked on in the past. I worked on a couple shoots where things were super tight, super locked down, and it did kind of pull a little bit of the spontaneity, a little bit of that creativity kind of pulled from it because there was so much rigidity And with Toto, there's a little bit more free form. He still wants things done correctly, but he also enjoys a bit of free form and having that room to play with your character or play with whatever you need to.
Right.
Gosh. Some of my favorite movies, well, one of my favorite movies is Avengers, the 2012, because it's like a crossover film where all the superheroes comes together and defeat Loki and his army. I thought that was the best and has some good cinematography work and whatnot. And then my second favorite film would have to be Diary of a Wimpy Kid because it's like a book adaptation comes to life. The part of filmmaking I enjoy the most is having fun with people and like enjoy making something.
Okay, me too. Have you ever experienced disappointment while you were making films?
No. The idea for the dinner came from an app called Time Left, where people can sign up and meet five strangers at whatever dinner restaurants in your town every Wednesday night. And I got the idea like, oh, maybe five strangers can meet up and we can learn their backstory of how they got the invite of that dinner place.
Did you use that app
Yeah,
and you went on a dinner?
yeah, multiple times.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Uh, did you use any characters that you met? Like, did you create characters from the people you'd met, or did they all just come out of your brain?
Or came out of my brain.
How was filming the dinner different from other films that you've worked on?
Scheduling.
We say filming the dinner was different.
Filming the dinner was different because of because we had like a deadline to me, and also like of many days because like it was not like the vampire movie we filmed. It was like now like a couple months later, and then like, oh, okay, we're gonna film this month or whatever. Oh, we're gonna take a break and then film this month. It's like, oh, we're gonna film this day and then this day and the next day or whatever. It was like a lot of scheduling.
Yeah. Was there anything that didn't go as planned when you were working on the dinner?
Not that I can think of.
Well, very cool. I want to ask a couple questions about the Nogales International Film Festival.
All right.
Have you ever been to a film festival before?
Yes. I've been to film festival. I've been to the Arizona National Film Festival, hosted by Claudia and Julio, and then I've been to the Arizona Underground Film Festival that was hosted by David, and yeah.
Yeah. And have you volunteered or have you been a part of the features of those festivals?
I volunteered at the Arizona International Film Festival mostly every year.
Great.
Speaking in front of the crowd doesn't make me nervous. It used to, but it did it. I got over it.
What would be the most success you can imagine that could come from the Nogales Film Festival?
Not that I can think of anything, because the Nogales, I haven't been to Nogales, and so it's my first time being there.
What do you love about movies? And try and work that answer or the question into your answer.
What do I love about movies?
Yeah.
I love about movies is the stories and the characters develops.
Your parents are filmmakers. How do you think being in a filmmaking family influenced your filmmaking?
A lot, because my mom does docs a lot, and my dad used to have a film company here, but that film company went downhill. Like it doesn't exist anymore since of COVID. Um, and my mom wanted me to get into piano, but didn't really find interesting in piano. interested in filming, but piano.
You mentioned that filming the dinner was a little different because you had a deadline. Why did you have a deadline? What was that about?
Because it said in the contract, or Francisco said I had to like send them by April, whatnot, like finish it by April, or send them by April.
Okay. So that it could be in the Nogales Film Festival?
Yeah.
I have experience working with Toto ever since we've met in college. Cause like it was around the time when I was like struggling to like make new friends. That is until as the months went by, I started communicating with him and we hanged out about like movies and all that kind of stuff, which we shared our common interest in. Yeah. The first time I ever collaborated with Toto was this skit called Missing, and I played as a character who's like, I don't know where Toto is, and could you please check up your bottom, which I don't want to say it. The A word, which is a cuss word for this documentary, but yeah, just wanted to keep it clean. And then afterwards, yeah, we frequently hang out and collaborate for the most times, and the best memory I had with him, along with my other friend Bryce, who is a frequent collaborator of mine in terms of screenwriting. We went to Lake Patagonia 2 years ago just to it was a day before my birthday, and we just wanted to hang out, check out the water, and enjoy the cold weather. Yeah, it was the best memory I had with him and Bryce.
Good, good to it.
Connections, collaborations, and I have great collaborators of my team. I don't really call them team. I call them like a family. Cause like a team is like what a woke thing. Like what is a team supposed to be like? Oh, a woke thing. Film is not supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun as well. Fun as the creative sides. But I have great collaborators. One of them is the Xenoid Prime on YouTube. Also Smooth Totals and other people as well.
I am Smooth Turtles. And that is basically where I'm going to be talking about how I got to meet Toto for his little documentary. So I first started working with Toto around 2022. And that was where me and the Xenoid Prime, or Z, we were doing a Horror in the Shed. Or I think it was Terror in the Shed. I think it was Horror in the Shed. So that was where I first met Toto, and that was where we were doing it for Nerd Shack Films. And then that was in Toto. I was the executive producer on that one, and then Toto was the main actor, and that was where I first met Toto. And then I got to be on crew for The Vampire Who Loves in 2023. I forgot which month that was. And then I got to act in his multiverse movie, and his Tucson mystery movies, and the two of his movies of his Tucson mystery trilogy of movies. And I gotta say, I actually had really fun playing with those. Now, I think working with Toto had its ups. It had its ups. There was times where it was really fun, and we got to do a lot of fun stuff, and I got to meet a bunch of people through the time I got to meet with Toto. And I think hopefully for the future that I can hopefully keep acting in some of his films, and hopefully we can keep him acting in some of our stuff too, and hopefully for the future we could still collaborate with him in whatever endeavors he needs me to do or needs us to do. So yeah, basically this is where I'm gonna be, and here's to more future films with Toto.
And then yeah, we also went to the Pima County Fair, a month after my birthday. I think it was like a few weeks after my birthday. I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, we did hang out. We did vlog, and then we did a little skit, a snippet of it, and afterwards we started writing. We collaborated on writing, like such as the skit, stealing of the camera, and of course the Tucson Multiverse Mystery, which I would say it's arguably one of my favorite scripts I enjoy writing. Well, co-writing with Toto, co-writing with someone, because I really enjoy that script, and I had a great time filming with him. And I was an actor, I was the composer, and then I did the stop motion animation, and an associate producer, because like I oversee like my direction. I wouldn't say direction. It's like my vision, my creative vision, just to see how scenarios would turn out and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, Multiverse Mystery was a short film script that I really enjoyed co-writing with Toto. Stealing of the Camera is just a skit that we wrote and he directed. But yeah. Anyways, so yeah, my experience with Toto was pretty fun, and we had recently written a couple feature film scripts, and I won't talk about both of them, but one of them will get filmed, but the other one I'm not too sure. It's just like I can't talk about it at this point because of like spoilers and top secret purposes. Top secret purposes, I was going to say aloud, but yeah. So as of now, I'm currently in the middle of doing storyboard for Toto's next project, which hasn't been made yet, but it will be made soon, but just gotta find time. But recently, I had just some of Toto's a couple. I'm about to lose words. A couple of Toto's short films that got recently released on YouTube as the months go by for this year, because like last year I had recently composed the music for his horror comedy short film called The Crazy Puppet, and then I also composed music for like the second version of Take and Bake, which is a short film that wasn't directed by him. It was directed by this guy named Zach Harris, I think. But even though Tucson Multiverse Mystery was already released, it's arguably one of my favorite stories I enjoyed. So yeah, as for this year, recently the Tucson finale of the mysteries just come out. I composed the music, I did camera work, and then I'm an actor in it as well. So, and then I also did compose music for the dinner, and then I did some camera work for his superhero film, which is The Adventures of the Super Toto movie. I mean, I did camera work, I'm an actor, and that's it. I was gonna compose music for him, but for the Super Toto movie, but unfortunately I couldn't because I was too busy with college and other stuff. And then I recently worked with him just not too long ago, last week, on the Bob Puppet movie that he's working on. So yeah, and then again, as of right now, I'm currently working on storyboards for his next project, which it is part of the multiverse stuff, but I won't go that deep into that. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I also did camera work for the spin-off of I like to call it the Tucson trilogy. That's like all of Toto's movies, the 3 movies that he did, like the Tucson Murder Mystery, the Tucson Multiverse Mystery, and then finally the Tucson Finale of the Mysteries, which it's called Nate and Gina. Nate and Gina, The Unraveling Mystery, which is a spin-off film to the Tucson trilogy. And I did camera work on that as well. So, yeah. But so far, I'm just currently working on storyboard for, like I said, a multiverse-related movie that Toto and I had recently co-wrote, which it's been a long time since I've been collaborated with Toto in terms of screenwriting, I'll tell you that. But, yeah. And that's pretty much it. I have all the experience working with Toto, and a good friend. We both have our own common interest in film and share our ideas, and we name it. That's it.
Paul, can you tell us what was your first movie with Toto?
My first movie with Toto was The Vampire Who Loves.
And how did you get involved?
Well, he put a Facebook ad, and I responded to it. It was actually, he asked for a musical, and I laughed and said I couldn't really sing, but I'd give it a shot. And he was all for it. So, yeah, it took a little while to get the cast together, and then we finally met to do some sound.
What's unique about Toto's films when you're working on them?
I think the energy. I mean, he's like a kid in a candy store. He's making films. He's very happy to make films. And what I love about it, too, is so many people say, it's tough to make a film, or, oh, I just don't have the time. And here's this kid, and he's just out there doing it.
So sometimes Toto asks actors to do things that are a little out of the ordinary. What's some of the strangest things that have happened with you on a Toto set?
That's a good question. Well, he's asked me, to pretend. Well, I mean, we are pretending. I'm not ready for that question.
That's right.
Let me see. What's the weirdest thing he's asked? Well, just now, I was asked to put ketchup on my forehead. That's by myself. That's the first time that's ever happened. He's pretty open and honest as far as allowing you to be who you are. You can say something silly, and he goes, "Oh no, that sounds good." He's learning on his own. So sometimes you have to reshoot something. We've done that where we got overexposed, and some actors would probably have an issue with that. And me, I'm like, okay, it's just a learning step by step. So you got a guy that's, while he's doing it, does not pretend to be an expert already, and you all learn together, and that's kind of a unique situation for a lot of actors.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Paul.
You're welcome.
And yeah, I always appreciate people that help me out. Always looking for more people to help me out, just in case the people I have are like can't make it because of work or what's going on in their life. Always looking for more people that like to film or do recording. Even if I meet new people in the film community, I'm like, oh, I really enjoy talking to them because they like the same passion that I like. But yeah, that's how I got for collaborators. The Nogales Film Festival. Oh my god, that was a road trip, I need to say.
We're here.
Woo! It was fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I enjoy going, like, when I first went to Nogales, like, it was my first time going there. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And here's to say, I'm like, what? I'm like, my first time going there was like, it's a beautiful town, except for the wall. But I'm like, it's just a beautiful town. I had fun going with them, and it was like a blast. Carpooling, uh, and then when we got to the theater, I'm like, huh, is this cinema? I mean, like, it was definitely kind of like a cinema movie theater, in Nogales. And I was like, huh, never been to this movie theater before.
That's all for me. Do you want anything? All right.
Went in and I saw my film for the first day, and I'm like, this is amazing. The film is like actually playing like on the big screen. And it's like, yeah. I mean, yeah, I play at the loft cinema here in Tucson, but other than, but it's like not many people like, okay, like some people like know the lot, but if I sometimes when I meet people in my town, when I tell them about the loft, they're like, "Huh, I never heard of that theater. What do they play?" And I'm like, "Well, they play this. They do events like this and stuff." And they're like, "Oh, I need to check this out." And then but going to like a theater in Nogales, like it's and it's probably cinema whatever based whoever owns that, like whoever movie theater owns it, whoever company movie theater owns that theater, say, like, it was just amazing. I'm like, oh, eh, like projectors. I'm like, it's like amazing. I'm like, this is on the big screen. Like um, my company's name's on the big screen. My uh, yeah, the cast and crew's on the big screen. I'm on the big screen at one point. I'm like, wow. It was just like an awesome event in Nogales. Um, I am writing more scripts, so that way I could be like, here you go. I want to get this like made, and you know, I'm all about. I'm just like in my old head sometimes. Sometimes I'm like that. Like if I'm in a film like so or wherever, I'm like thinking of whatever. I'm like cracking up in my head. Don't know why. I'm like that sometimes. Nah, but yeah, like and God, so it was a blast. And what is the Nogales Film Festival? Uh, what Nogales Film Festival is films based off many films you've seen, but by independent filmmakers and other filmmakers in the world and students filmmaker. Um, you know what? I'm kind of not the right person to be talking about this, so let's take it over to one of the owners. Well, yeah, one of the person who runs the festival. Let's take it over to him. So what is your name?
My name is Francisco Landi.
And why did you want to start this festival?
Well, we didn't start this festival. We were rebranding this festival, so we took over what was called the Borderlands Film Festival and decided to change it to the Nogales International Film Festival. We're hosting it this year, and we really wanted to offer a platform for filmmakers of Southern Arizona to have a very unique event to showcase their film. As in a binational film festival that happens both on the American side and on the Mexican side of the board.
And what kinds of films did you choose?
So we ran the gamut on films. We did have a spot for Borderland films because obviously we are a Borderland film festival. But we got dramas, we got comedies, we got inclusive films, we had LGBTQ films, we had a lot of Latinx films. We really have an emphasis on people of color and supporting filmmakers in color and filmmakers from underrepresented communities. Filmmakers who are low income, filmmakers with disabilities, filmmakers who are female, just anybody that we feel needs better representation.
And where can people check your stuff out?
So you can go to our website. It's www.soazfilm.org, as in Southern Arizona Film, soazfilm.org. Everything is in there. We have free programs. We have all the information from the festival. We have a lot of resources for filmmakers of Southern Arizona. to be able to make and produce their own art, and be able to use resources that they wouldn't necessarily have if they don't have, or if not coming with a lot of money already. We can provide those resources for them.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that was a lot. But yeah, you guys basically know what is the Nogales Film Festival. Um, I did interview my mom of how she liked the dinner. So let's go to her interview.
I thought the dinner was very moving because it showed the way people have to be vulnerable in order to connect with other people,
Mhm.
and that people can feel vulnerable and alone for all kinds of different reasons, and how brave and scary it is to put yourself out there with people that you don't know, not knowing if they're going to like you or if you're going to be able to connect with them or not. So I just thought it was a really sweet movie about people needing other people and wanting to connect. I think this festival is incredibly impressive and incredibly important right now, um, because it exists at the border of Mexico and the United States and sort of erases that border in this moment of the festival because people go back and forth and the festival is happening on both sides. And it reminds us that this border is artificial and that it wasn't always here and that people naturally have moved back and forth seamlessly over this imaginary line, and that we're all truly connected and these borders are just imaginary, and art has a way of bringing us all back together.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And um, yeah, I mean, that's all the Nogales Film Festival is. And what my mom thought of the dinner. For me, I love the dinner. It's for me, I think it's one of my best works that I ever done. And then after that, it was the detective short, and I'm like, that was good too. Great narrative, great story, and like great sound ish. Like I'm getting better on the sound each time. Like each time I'm developing on the sound. Developing blah, blah, blah. Anyway, yeah. That's all I got for the Nogales Film Festival. Gosh, what else? The superhero movie. That was a good movie. I mean, except for the few audio issues, but I mean, like, go on. Like, which independent filmmaker doesn't have audio issues? I'm just saying. And the superhero story was good. The actors, the characters was good. The crew members was good on it. Oh my god! Like I gotta say, one of my best superhero or one of my best movies I've ever done. Except for the vampire movie. The vampire movie is still my top first I've ever done. Yeah. But yeah, my superhero film, I just love it. Um, I came up with these characters a long time ago when I was like a little kid, and well, it it just came to life my out of an old comic book that I created when I was a little kid to real life as a movie. It is the best feeling ever as a independent filmmaker and a kid as a kid as well growing up because I always wanted to make a superhero about me. Though I could have thought, no, I'm so bad at a superhero name, so I'm like, oh, my superhero name is Super Toto. The premiere was good. Uh, yeah. A lot of people seem to like it, and had a good place. Other than uh, uh, had a good place. The screening, it was good. A lot of people seem to like it, like I said, and yeah, I'm just excited for the future, really, and here's and excited for the future films I'm gonna make, like the multiverse role, a coming of age story, and those movies I'll need to know on a need to know basis. Hey, I'm just saying, you guys don't need to know the stories yet, because the scripts will either still be written or they haven't gotten into development yet, but it's like, yeah, keep those under wraps. Yeah, just excited for the future, excited for who I'm gonna work with next, all the possibilities. I'm excited for the future.
From Tucson streets I rose, camera in my hand, filming every skyline, crafting dreams on land. Toto, I whisper in the night, indie passions by light, from the vampire who loves the mysteries taking flight. Toto, my heart beats through film reels and frames. I chase every shadow, telling stories by name. Through Tucson murder mystery, under desert sun, Toto, I keep rolling, my journey's begun. I wrote and directed what producers had. The crazy puppet dance, I captured every laugh. Toto, I chased the weird and the wild. From multiverse